breeze cool, everything's alright. You better pray that your old man don't get home tonight. Let me drive my car where the wild things are. I got a green limousine. Everyone's a star, but they won't get far without a green limousine.
Alright guys, I'm going to do my best, but the wind is up. Welcome back to the channel. Today's the day I'm going to cut this section out of the White Valiant, the CL donor. I've made a 40mm mark from the edge, from the inside edge here out to here, and that's what I'm going to be cutting off to. I'm going to cut down just past this factory join line. I'll probably cut it off in line with this section, and I'm going to do that all the way around. The wind is horrendous, the weather's terrible. Thankfully it's not raining at the moment, but I'm going to do my best. So I'll set you guys up on a tripod and I'm going to go for it. Well, I cut it and I thought I recorded it, but I didn't press the button to record. So that's it cut. I've tried really hard to stay on the line the whole way. I took my time, 40mm. This here I'm just a little bit rough cut because I'm not that worried about it, but I've got to drill some spot welds here. Oh yeah, you can see them. There, that hold it onto the hinge plate. So I'm going to do that now, and then as you can see the weather is absolutely awful and it's raining. So I just want to get this drilled out and then I'll talk to you once we're inside. Okay, that's out. I drilled 3 spot welds out of each side, and that's released it. It was a bit of a fight, a bit of effort. These sides here are probably earmarked for repairs on the VH ute, the vinyl top ute down there in the town and country. So, you know, this car, I hated cutting up this car, I really did, but it's a gift that keeps giving. So heaps of cars are going to come back to life because of this car and its contributions. Right, to the shed. Now that we're back in the shed, we can have a bit of a look. So I've got these lines here that can act as reference lines. So that's the body join, that's the body join. I'm hoping that this lines up with this for the boot light, but again, not 100% certain. But obviously, you know, once you line up the rear windscreen, it'll all give you your reference points anyway. So I'm not that worried. I did mention I was going to TIG it. Look, I'm not that confident with TIG, and my TIG is broken. So I'm going to use gas and solid MIG wire. That always gives a nice finish. Yeah, and we'll do it that way. So I've got a bit of work to do. I'm going to put you on a high speed and I'm going to mark this out. Cut it 40mm. I'm only going to cut it, I reckon I'm only going to cut it to just behind this line. Maybe. Oh, I've got to work that out as I go. But I don't want to overcut it, so I'll probably actually only do, let's say 38mm or 39mm. Gives me some room for the blade, and then when I overlay it, I can come in on a 45 with my blade under here. I've got to be careful because I've still got sharp edges here. Come in on a 45 with my blade and cut in, and that gives me my perfect reference for where I need to weld. I think I've shown you that before. In fact, I'm certain I have. There are some little repairs need doing. So if this is more solid than that, I'm not going to go that far. I'll just come back to where that's nice clean metal on this one. But it is looking like there's a bit of pitted damage, but it doesn't look deep. Yeah, so I think I'll use original VJ instead of donor CL. I don't know if these lines here will line up. Wouldn't that be amazing if that did? But anyway, I guess we'll find out as we go along. I think I'll do these repairs. See how that needs a repair? I think I'll do that. I think I'll do that once it's on. You could go either way. You could do that now. You could do that while it's off. But I think if I've got it on and welded in, it will give me a more solid foundation. You know, there won't be the flex in it. I won't weld it and contort it and have it not fit. So I think I'll just leave all of that stuff well enough alone and get into it. Alright, time lapse. Just stop the time lapse there because I want to talk about a couple of things. On this one, I took my cuts right up to the edge, like I cut them on the edge. Right, this is the donor piece, obviously. This one, I've cut it a little bit back from the edge. I don't know if you can see that clearly, but we've still got the original bodyline edge the whole way down. And the reason I've done that is a couple of reasons. One, I want to keep that original edge in this piece, but two, it helps dissipate the heat, and in my mind it helps to shore it up a little bit. So the second thing I wanted to talk about was when cutting this out, this is not like cutting the donor piece out. I wanted the donor piece in one bit, hopefully to weld in one bit. But this is absolutely stuffed, obviously, hence why we're replacing it. So I'm feeling like the best way to go, put my finger in it, sorry about the finger. The best way to go about doing this is to cut it out in sections so as to not twist any of this metal while I'm getting it out. So that's why I'm doing it that way. So donor piece I've got out in one bit, but this I'm cutting out in one piece, in sections. The other thing I've done, I made a decision, because that there is really good metal from what I can tell, I've decided to try and see if these holes do line up, and that's just another reference point if I can, because like I said, on this side we do have the hole in that. So if we can bring it back to there, then that's great. We'll see how we go. Alright, back to the time lapse. Okay, got that all cut out, but I haven't taken this out yet. And the reason I haven't is because, and let's see if we can see under here, hold on. If you can see under here, this baby here, where are we? That thing, And there's another one there. Okay. I just cut them off on the other one, which is what I'm gonna unpick that in a minute. And up under here is a bracket to hold the hinges on. And so I'm going to actually clean all this up, and I'm going to get the spot welds out, because that, I think, is going to be the best way to do that. Have I decided what I'm going to do over here yet? No, I haven't. But I will. I dare say I'm going to have to make up that inner lip before I put it all together, because let's face it, I'm going to have to. But I'll work that out in a minute. Next part is to drill those spot welds out. See you in a second. So as you can see in that time lapse, hopefully you can see it. I managed to just work the old metal off. I didn't have to drill out the spot welds. Can you focus, please? So I've worked it off, and then I've just cleaned it up a little bit. Now I've got to mess around with the back of that to make it fit in here. Haven't quite decided how I'm going to do that, because this lip's not too bad in here, so I'm wondering if I won't cut down. Where are you? Where's my hand? There, hello. I'm wondering if I won't cut down in here a little bit, and then utilize the lip, the inner lip, and then get rid of this piece of crap. I think that's what I'm going to do, because if I have a look here, you know, that's rubbish too, whereas this is pretty good. So yeah, a couple of decisions to be made, but not too much. It's going swimmingly. This is going heaps. Well, it's going how I would hope it would go, but you know, there's always doubt. A couple of things to think about. Patience is number one. That's the key. Patience, and not rushing your cuts, not rushing your removals. Measurements, get them right. And then, if you've got that right, it really doesn't matter what you're using. This is, I don't know if you have these in America. I know I have a fairly decent percentage of my subscribers are from America. But this is the absolute bottom of the range brand in Australia, Azedo. And I did do a video on what I used in my light vehicle mechanics apprenticeship, and I did use a Zito for a very long time. Tool Pro, that's a very cheap brand of stuff, but it works just as well as anything else. I've used a lot of different brands of multi grips and vice grips over the years. And where's the other one? Oh, Ryobi. It's just what we have in Australia as Bunnings. That's our hardware store, that's our main one. And Ryobi is not the bottom of the barrel, or Zito is the bottom of the barrel. Ah, there's my finger again. Ryobi is not the top of the line, but it's very, very good quality stuff. I use that all the time. Oh, don't be like me, put a guard on. If I knew where my guard was, I'd probably put it on. Have a guard on. Have a brain. I didn't have a guard on, and I gave myself a set of Wolverine scars on my hand, so when it exploded. Right, so you don't need top of the line. Those, they come from Super Cheap. Not expensive. And while we're thinking about this, we haven't looked at the tally board for a while of what this thing's costing, so let's go and have a bit of a look. Right, it's still there, so I still have only spent, can you read that? $361.25 on this thing. I haven't spent anything else. So, you know, a fair bit of progress being made for $361.25. Alright, anyway, that's enough waffle. Back to it. I hope you guys can hear me alright, because as I say, the weather is terrible. And it's very, very windy and rainy and gross. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do is cut out on this inner skin around where those braces are, these ones here. Place it over the top, mark it out, and then kind of cut a line between the two and weld the inner skin from the CL and butt join that to the inner skin of the VJ. If everything lines up, which it's looking like it's gonna, I don't think they've changed much in the way of presses and dies at between 1972 and 1981. I don't think they changed much at all. But that works out well for us, doesn't it? Well, no complaints. Definitely no complaints. Yeah. Alright. So I guess that's what I'm doing. I'll cut the... Yeah. Alright. So I'm going to cut these out. I'm going to cut out where those brackets are, and then I'm going to cut the top lip off so that I can place it down over it. I think that's the best way to do it. It's definitely not perfect. This section here is definitely leaves a bit to be desired. So, it's got the old contemplator working up here as to whether I shouldn't do something different. But I don't think I should. I think I can patch those holes quite easily, and if I overthink it, that'll stop me in my tracks. So I'm just going to get on with it. Yep, bit of cutting, get on with it. Well, the wind blew the camera over, even though we're inside, so I don't think you got much of that last cuts. But going back to what I said before about, I don't think that Chrysler Australia changed their dies much. This is a 1979 to 1981 car. And this is a 1974 car. Dun dun dun. So I'll be able to make them line up beautifully and just cut it. There we go. Look at that. And then it's just a matter of trimming this up to size. But we're making really good progress. Only been at it a few hours. I'm rather stoked, to be honest. Let's stand back and have a bit of a look at what it's going to look like. So, you didn't see it, but I killed a giant flipping spider, which was pretty gross. Whitetail, just hanging around there, but I'm like, ew, I don't want to deal with you. Yeah, still a little bit of finessing here because it's sitting funny, but I think it's sitting funny because I've still got lip here pushing it out. It's probably all skewed. I'm doing stuff with my hands and you can't see it because I'm behind you. So, but anyway, it's I think it's kind of sitting that way on the angle. So, all right, do a little bit of trimming up on that back parcel shelf, and then so yeah, start cleaning up. I'm going to clean the inside. I don't know if I'll get this welded in today or not, because I want to clean the inside of this up, because I don't fancy doing that once it's in. If I can get to it now, if I can flip it over and clean it all out and prime it now, that's probably the better way to go, I think. Although it is going on the rotisserie and I will be able to get to everything, but yeah. And I'm looking at this boot section. Was going to make it up, but then I want to put the CL one in, but then the CL one's different and I need it for the Valiant, for the Charger, but that's a VJ as well, and so yeah, the decision's got to be made there, but not today because I've got plenty to go on with for today. Alright, I'm going to cut there, and the next time I talk to you, hopefully we'll be just about tacked in. Or just about to tack in. Yeah, hopefully we'll be just about to tack in. Alright, I got this beastie tacked in. Well, I only tacked it for now. But it's just amazing to me how well they line up. In saying that though, like, you'll see there's going to be a little bit of modification on that lip because it's not exact. The angle's different. I'm hoping once I tack it in and bend it down, the width is the same. I haven't really checked it, but yeah. But the rest of it looks spot on. I'm going to tack it with the gasless, and then I'm going to switch out and just go over to the gas setup. But I am going to just tack everything and line it up with the gasless first. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's looking good. Won't be long, and we will be literally cooking with gas. Alright, we're tacked. There's some issues on that side of the car with gaps and spacing and stuff, so I've got to work all that out because I'm not sure what it's doing. This side's looking pretty good. Let me see if I can get you to see it. That's looking pretty good. That's just tacked in, obviously. And I've got to do a bit of cutting and going the wrong way. Cutting and just finessing up there. But all in all, it's going well. So I will just continue doing what I'm doing. And enjoy the show. That's that tacked in. Not much to say about it really. This side went swimmingly. This side fought me, as I think you can see on the time lapse. I hope you can see it on the time lapse. But so that's just tacked in with the gasless, and I did that because it was just convenient, not for any other reason, because it was already set up. Now I will go to the gas wire. Now why would I go to the gas wire? Because I'm going to have to cool and beat it, and I just reckon that gasless is more brittle than gas. It's not pretty. I always said to you guys from the very start that I'd be really honest. Well, I cocked up. I've too big a gap there when I cut it. And so for all my conversation earlier about really taking your time with the measurements, somehow I still effed that up. So what happens from here is I'll just do little weld, go about something else. Little weld, go about something else. Some people would put a sliver in there. Probably a really good idea, but that's the way I'm going to do it. But before I go too much further, I'm going to probably chuck the boot on and see how it sits and make sure that I haven't done it for nothing, you know, like I haven't stuffed it up. So I reckon I should do that now, eh? So let's do that. Yes, if you want to know how far you've come, just have a look at the panels you took off, because this bush is stuffed, so I didn't remember how bad it was. Oop. I don't know how I jagged that, but I've taken it. Slid straight on. Alright. It's been a long time since I've had to put a valiant boot back on. They're much heavier than I remember. Maybe that's because I'm getting old. Maybe. Now I'm going to line it up with these original, can you see them? The original marks here, because this thing fit really nice when I took it off, so that'll let me know where I'm at. One moment please. I'm back. moment of truth. Where are we hitting? What's going on now? Okay. Remembering that this whole thing has to be gapped anyway. That's not bad. Go for a walk around. Again, don't forget that it has to be gapped, but and obviously adjusted. There does seem to be more gap this side. I'm not going to lie, that concerns me. But remembering these things were never perfect from the factory, but that is a more even gap. That's very consistent. That narrows up. But not the end of the world. I'll show you guys how we gap them when we get to that point in the build, but I'm pretty happy with that overall. If you have a look, remembering I haven't adjusted the hinges. I went back on the original marks when I took it off. So this side, where are we? It's pretty flush. And this side is pretty kicked. So that's not me, that's not my repair here, my splicing. That tells me there's something else going on with the adjustment. But, you know, I just think that's pretty bloody good for cutting it out of one car and putting it into another. Not a bad morning's work. Alright, I'm going to end it here. I could go on with the welding and everything, but I got to go to town and I got work the next couple of days, so that'll be it for this episode. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you want to like, comment and subscribe, I'd appreciate it, but again, you know, no pressure from my end. I just appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you're learning something. Alright, see you in the next one. Alright, so start again. Alright, we're in the shed now, obviously. There's a shed, dickhead. Oh, start again. Alright, now we're back in the shed. We can kind of roughly see what this is going to do. I'll call that done. No, clearly not. We've got some good reference marks, so we've got this holes here that should line up. We've got the hole for the light. Let me pull you out of there, hold on.